In this chapter, we are going to introduce the bubble sort algorithm. In the previous chapter, the turtle hit the rabbit with the pebbles, and now the turtle is winning the race. However, our turtle needs to hurry in order not to let the rabbit catch up. Thankfully, he can finally see the finish line, but he has a little tiny problem. There is a cliff just before the finish line, but the bridge that enables crossing it is dismantled. Fortunately, the pieces of the dismantled bridge all have numbers on them. So after all the previous obstacles that he overcame, the turtle decides to order the pieces to build the bridge. The pieces are in the following order: 4, 6, 1, 2, 5, and 3. So how can you help him? Well, you can reorder the pieces for him so he can work faster. You can do this by using an algorithm. An algorithm is a series of steps which you have to do in order to solve a problem. In our case, we order an array. There are many algorithms that solve our particular problem, but in this tutorial we are going to learn the bubble sort algorithm. So first, let's understand how this algorithm works. The bubble sort algorithm compares all adjacent elements and then switch them if needed. It starts by comparing the first two elements of an array, element 0 and element 1, and switches them if element 0 is greater than element 1. Else, if the two elements are in order, it leaves them as is. It then proceeds to do the same with elements 1 and 2. The algorithm repeats until the end of the array and then repeats the entire iteration through the array as many times as there are elements in the array. This sounds pretty complicated, so let's look at an example. We have an array var exercise containing the elements 123, 431, 312, and 213. First you compare element 0 and element 1, and you see that they are in the right order, so you leave them as they are. Now you move to element 1 and element 2, and when comparing them you see that element 1 is greater than element 2. So you switch them, and now you have an array containing the elements 123, 312, 431, and 213. Then you compare element 2 to element 3, and you see that element 2 is bigger than element 3. So you switch them again. You get this array. Now you have reached the last element and you have nothing to compare it to, so you go back to the beginning. You compare element 0 to element 1. They don't need to be switched, so you move to element 1 and element 2. Here, though, a switch is needed. This is the final array, containing the element 123, 213, 312, and 431. Then your program will probably keep going until it has gone through the array 4 times, because the array is of size 4, but you now have an ordered array. Lastly, the best way to resolve this problem would be to use a for loop and an if statement. Good luck, and thank you for watching our tutorial. And remember, if you're stuck, don't forget that the hint can give you some help. You can also watch all the previous videos again.